Destiny's story begins in a quiet village in Nigeria called Amaechi, a place where traditions run deep, and the essence of family is cherished. His father, Mr. Chukwuma, was a God-fearing man whose life revolved around his family and faith. Chukwuma worked as a schoolteacher, a modest but respected job in the community. Though his earnings were meager, his principles and dedication to his children's education and well-being were unwavering. Destiny, the second child of the family, had an older brother, Obinna, and a younger sister, Chioma. Their father's love was a steady river, flowing equally to all three of them. Chukwuma would often gather his children in the evening after dinner, sharing stories of wisdom and values, blending African proverbs with biblical teachings. He instilled in them a love for learning and a belief in fairness and kindness. Life was simple but fulfilling. Destiny, Obinna, and Chioma attended the village school. Though the classrooms were bare and the materials sparse, their father's guidance made learning an adventure. They'd sit under the mango tree near their house, doing homework as Chukwuma helped them understand complex math problems or explain stories from history. But destiny has a way of testing those it favors. When Destiny was just 8 years old, tragedy struck. Chukwuma fell gravely ill. Despite the family's prayers and the community's support, he passed away, leaving a void that nothing could fill. His death marked the beginning of a new chapter in their lives, one filled with hardship and resilience. The village mourned Chukwuma deeply, but none felt his absence more than his wife, Ngozi, and their children. Ngozi, though heartbroken, vowed to keep Chukwuma's legacy alive by ensuring their children's education and moral upbringing. However, the road ahead was steep. With no steady income, Ngozi turned to petty trading, selling fruits and vegetables at the local market. The children, too, took on responsibilities far beyond their years. Obinna began working odd jobs after school, and Destiny helped his mother carry goods to the market, while Chioma assisted at home. For a time, they managed to scrape by. But life had more challenges in store. 2 years after Chukwuma's passing, Ngozi remarried. Her new husband, Mr. Ezekiel, was a man from a neighboring town. He came into their lives promising stability and support, but it didn't take long for his true nature to surface. Ezekiel favored his biological child, a boy named Chukwu, over his stepchildren. His indifference toward Destiny, Obinna, and Chioma soon turned into outright hostility. While Chukwu received new clothes, toys, and attention, the others were left with hand-me-downs and scorn. Ezekiel would often berate Destiny for the smallest mistakes, calling him useless and ungrateful. The home that once echoed with laughter now resonated with tension and pain. Despite this, Ngozi tried her best to mediate, but her efforts were often met with resistance. She found herself torn between protecting her children and maintaining peace in her new marriage. As the years went by, Destiny's resilience grew. He poured his frustrations into his studies, determined to honor his father's dreams for him. At school, Destiny's teachers noticed his potential. He was bright, curious, and eager to learn, despite the hardships at home. Obinna, too, became a pillar of strength for the family. Though just a few years older, he took on the role of a father figure, guiding his younger siblings and working tirelessly to contribute to the household. Chioma, with her gentle demeanor, became the emotional glue that held them together, often comforting Destiny during moments of despair. Ezekiel's neglect didn't go unnoticed in the community. Neighbors and extended family members often stepped in to provide the children with essentials Ezekiel refused to buy. "You're Chukwuma's children," they'd say. "He was a good man, and we will not let you suffer." The years continued to roll by, and the children grew older. As Destiny approached adulthood, his determination to create a better life for himself and his siblings grew stronger. With Obinna's encouragement, he applied for scholarships to further his education. Despite the odds, Destiny's hard work paid off, and he was accepted into a university in Lagos. Though the financial strain was immense, he managed to secure a partial scholarship and took on part-time work to cover his expenses. University life opened Destiny's eyes to possibilities he had never imagined. The bustling city of Lagos, with its skyscrapers and unending energy, was a stark contrast to the quiet, slow-paced life in Amaechi. Despite the challenges of balancing work and study, Destiny excelled academically. His professors praised his diligence, and he quickly became a role model among his peers. But even as he thrived in Lagos, Destiny's heart remained tethered to Amaechi. Every holiday, he returned home, bringing gifts for Chioma and Obinna and sharing stories of his experiences in the city. His visits were a source of inspiration for his siblings. Obinna, now in his early 20s, had started a small carpentry business, using the skills he had learned as a teenager. Though his earnings were modest, he took pride in his work and dreamed of expanding his business. Chioma, on the other hand, was blossoming into a bright and ambitious young woman. Her love for learning, instilled by her father and nurtured by her brothers, fueled her desire to become a nurse. She excelled in school, often coming top of her class, and was preparing to take her final exams. Despite their individual progress, the shadow of Ezekiel's favoritism lingered. Chukwuma, now a teenager, enjoyed privileges his siblings could only dream of. He attended a private school in a nearby town, dressed in the finest clothes, and flaunted the latest gadgets. Ezekiel's behavior remained a thorn in the family's side, but Destiny, Obinna, and Chioma had learned to lean on each other for support. One summer, during Destiny's visit home, he noticed that Ngozi's health had begun to decline. The once energetic woman who had carried the family through its darkest days now seemed frail and tired. Concerned, Destiny urged her to visit the local clinic, but Ezekiel dismissed the idea, claiming it was an unnecessary expense. Frustrated but undeterred, Destiny pooled his savings and took his mother to see a doctor. The diagnosis was a wake-up call. Ngozi was suffering from high blood pressure, a condition exacerbated by stress and poor nutrition. Determined to help, Destiny took on extra shifts at work to send money home for her medication and a healthier diet. His sacrifices inspired Obinna and Chioma, who also began contributing to their mother's care in whatever way they could. Through it all, Destiny's resolve only grew stronger. He began to dream not just of a better life for himself, but of lifting his entire family out of their struggles. He envisioned a future where Obinna's carpentry business would flourish, where Chioma would become a respected nurse, and where Ngozi could finally rest without worry. But the road ahead was still fraught with challenges. Ezekiel's resentment toward Destiny's success became more apparent with each passing year. He often belittled Destiny's achievements, accusing him of forgetting his roots. Yet, Destiny remained undeterred, using the negativity as fuel to push himself further. As Destiny entered his final year at university, an opportunity arose that could change everything. A multinational company was offering a scholarship and internship program for outstanding students. The program promised not only financial support but also the possibility of a lucrative job after graduation. It was highly competitive, but Destiny was determined to give it his all. In the weeks leading up to the selection process, Destiny poured all his energy into preparing. He balanced his studies, part-time job, and the rigorous application requirements with unwavering focus. When the day of the interview finally arrived, he walked into the room with a mixture of nerves and confidence, knowing that everything he had worked for was on the line. Back in Amaechi, Obinna and Chioma waited anxiously for news. Their bond with Destiny had grown even stronger over the years, and they saw his success as their collective triumph. Ngozi, though still frail, prayed fervently for her son, believing that his hard work and determination would be rewarded. The call came a week later. Destiny had been selected for the program. The news sent waves of joy through the family, reigniting their hope for a brighter future. But as Destiny prepared to embark on this new chapter, he knew that his journey was far from over. The challenges of his past had shaped him, but the promise of what lay ahead would test him in ways he had yet to imagine. Destiny soon realized that while his academic success had opened doors, his family still faced daily struggles back home. He started using his stipend from the scholarship to fund Obinna's carpentry business, purchasing better tools and renting a small workshop. Obinna's business began to grow, and the community noticed his craftsmanship. Clients from neighboring villages started seeking his services, providing a steady income. Chioma, motivated by Destiny's sacrifices and Obinna's dedication, decided to pursue a nursing program in the city. With the family's combined efforts, they managed to pay her tuition fees. Chioma's journey was not without its challenges. She often faced discrimination and financial constraints. Yet, her resolve never wavered. Destiny frequently sent her care packages and encouraging messages, reminding her that every struggle was a step toward her dream. Meanwhile, Ezekiel's treatment of the family grew more bitter. As Chukwuma reached adolescence, he began to adopt his father's dismissive attitude toward his step-siblings. However, the bond between Destiny, Obinna, and Chioma remained unshakable. They had learned to find strength in each other, and their unity became their shield against adversity. One fateful day, Destiny received an invitation to attend an international youth leadership conference in South Africa. The event was a platform for young innovators and change-makers across the continent. Though thrilled by the opportunity, he was hesitant to leave his family, knowing they still depended on him. Ngozi, seeing his hesitation, urged him to go, saying, "Your father always believed in you. This is your chance to shine and make him proud." In South Africa, Destiny met like-minded individuals and shared his story during a keynote session. His tale of resilience and determination resonated with the audience, earning him a standing ovation. At the conference, he connected with investors and philanthropists who were eager to support his vision of transforming Amaechi into a hub of education and opportunity. Destiny returned home not just with new ideas but also with pledges of support for his community. His first project was to renovate the village school where he and his siblings had studied. With funds raised from his newfound network, he installed modern classrooms, provided textbooks, and even set up a small library. The villagers, inspired by Destiny's dedication, came together to contribute their time and skills to the project. Obinna's carpentry business became a supplier for the school's furniture, boosting his reputation further. Chioma, now a certified nurse, volunteered to teach health education classes to the children. Even Ngozi, despite her health challenges, participated by cooking meals for the workers. Ezekiel, seeing the recognition Destiny and his family received from the community, began to reflect on his actions. Though his pride kept him from apologizing openly, his demeanor softened over time. Chukwuma, too, started to seek his siblings' guidance, realizing that his father's favoritism had only bred resentment. As Destiny's story continued to unfold, he remained committed to his family and community. His journey was a testament to the power of resilience, unity, and hope. Though the trials they faced had been many, they had emerged stronger, forging a path that honored their father's legacy and promised a brighter future for generations to come.